Hey, Travis. Thank you for having me on the podcast. My dogs are behind me just being complete pricks right now. So I apologize for that, everybody. But I am Damien. I don't know where you want me to go with this. Since you mentioned the streaming stuff, I've been streaming for a couple years now. My Twitch affiliate anniversary is coming up this August, um, our 2 year anniversary. Um, I am a former law enforcement officer turned stay at home dad, or as I affectionately refer to myself as a trophy husband. My wife works in healthcare and she's been the breadwinner for quite a while now. And as you can tell, I have a few dogs that like to make noise. Well, it's funny because every time my wife finds a dog, she's like, "My God, it's so cute! It's look at it." And I before I even look at it, I'm like, "No, you don't need another dog." Well, you can tell from all the noise going on directly behind me because this is where they had to come sit right now. Unfortunately, I'm in an open room. I don't have a enclosed room to shut myself off from. Plus, I'm the only one home right now, so if they get into something, I'll have to, intervene. But no, at one point we have a family of six in our house. There's my wife and I, and then there's four children. I say four children. One of them is 19 now, so but she's still a kid. But the at one point we were actually outnumbered by animals. We had two frogs, a lizard, three dogs, and a turtle. I want to say we had something else too, but I can't remember. Uh, yeah, see, I can't do the yeah. No, allergies would be running rampant if we had that here. But anyway. But yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. I can't remember how I did that. Right. So the emojis. I have like what, four, five maybe, and I literally don't remember how I made them. It was like one of the first upgrades I did to my stream, and I was watching. I was watching somebody on YouTube that was going over this whole like how to. If there was a tutorial for MySpace back in the day that was like how to pimp your page, this was like the Twitch version of that. And I know you're too young for MySpace. Never mind. I don't know, but you're a little bit. You're a little younger than me. It was a compliment. You're not an old. You're not that old of a fart. That's that's all right. Tom still loves me, but he did. He said, "You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna sell it, make some money." He No, he sold it off. It's just all about bands now, which I can't play an instrument to save my life, so I'm fucked there. And it was one of the original social media outlets for bands to get their music out there, to get their name out there, to say, "Hey, we're playing at this shithole club downtown. Come see us." And I saw so many bands back in the early MySpace days from seeing them post on their wall. Yeah, well, yeah, whenever it was. Okay, well, just after Y2K, we got on MySpace to see what the bands were doing. We'd go down to, well, here in the Dallas area, Trees was a huge venue. I mean, I say huge, not size wise, but insanely popular venue for bands. And we'd go see all the bands there that nobody ever heard of, and they were all fantastic shows. And I kind of miss that, honestly. But I'm also too old for it now. So it's everywhere. You can't you can't turn around. Yeah, you can't turn around without being hit with some platform pushing something at you. And some of it's good, some of it's good, some of it's absolute shit. But right. Yeah, I can see that. I agree. If you're trying to promote yourself and get your name out there and you're not proficient in whatever platform you're streaming on, first off, really need to, and this is where I definitely lack, is you need to be on multiple platforms to stream at the same time if you can. Twitch is great for the fact that it is the kind of like the OG platform for the gaming streamers, but TikTok is insane for just the number of people that use it and the exposure you can get on there. I've got far more followers on Twitch, or I'm sorry, on TikTok than I think I will ever have on Twitch. And I think that's because the way that their algorithm works, it pushes things out to more people. And yeah, you're not going to possibly get that engagement there, and you may not get as many people moved over to whatever platform you're actually streaming on. But if you post those clips and updates and things like that on those multiple sites, whether it's Twitch, Kick, hell, even OnlyFans, post it everywhere, just to get your name out and some of your content out there and being exposed to people so they can see what you're doing. It can make a huge difference. But what you were saying earlier about, like Onic and Fixate and some of those bigger names that have been around for a while, I did the same thing in my first year. I had that burnout that I was like, okay, yeah, he's got, 15, 20, however many thousand followers. And, he turns on his stream and within seconds, there's 100 people watching. I made the mistake of seeing that and thinking, well, shit, we're playing the same game. I can do that. And I suck at self promotion. I suck at marketing. I absolutely have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to those things. So I'd go out and I'd play the same. I was actually in a game with Fixate Christmas Eve 2023. Uh, no, I was in a game with Fixate, squatted up with Fixate, and I'm thinking like, all right, this is like the coolest moment of my gaming life right here. And then I ended up, what's up? I was trying to stream. I had I had my Xbox, I had a capture card, and I had a laptop that I was using for photo and video editing for a drone photography hobby that I have. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to capture from the Xbox to the laptop, and I'm going to do it that way. Well, it turns out that particular laptop, the USB ports didn't put up enough power to actually power up the capture card. So it would start up. Yeah, well, it was an older MacBook, and apparently I've heard that Elgato and MacBooks don't really like each other anyway. Wahoo! Like live action or animated stuff? Okay, okay. I was getting like red versus blue vibes from back in the Halo days. Okay. Okay. Mm. Well, in my defense, this was a MacBook Pro. It wasn't the Air. And it handled Adobe Premiere and everything with zero issues. So I thought, okay, yeah, I can stream a video game through it, right? It's just pass through. It's easy. But no, couldn't record. I couldn't do anything because that's what initially I thought. Like I'll just record clips or something like that. And no, I couldn't do shit with that laptop as far as getting a stream set up or anything. So for the first, I don't know, a little while, it's actually funny. My first stream, um, I want to say it was in early 23, possibly 22, was, believe it or not, a mobile game playing Call of Duty Mobile and streaming directly from my phone while I was in the parking lot waiting to pick up my daughter from daycare. It 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 was crap. I mean, I had a friend of mine that um that streams that actually lives in the town here I do, and he he was like, "Yeah, just get on and do it." I mean, but he's like a whiz with video edits and all that stuff. So he'll play a 5-minute round of shipment or whatever, just a random map. And he might be absolute ass for this round, but he'll pull like 10 clips out of that little 5-minute game. And I'm like, how the hell do you do that? You didn't do anything. And I just don't get it. Oh, nice. Oh, right. So whose face did you have before? Well, I think we all, in a matter of speaking, kind of reinvent ourselves as we go through life anyway. We adapt to changes in our surroundings and things in our life that affect us whether we realize it or not. We're always changing and trying to make the most of whatever situation we're in. And some changes are more drastic than others. Some of them are, like you said, like a total reinvention. You know, I recently, as many know, did not have the beard for a while, and it was met with a lot of resistance from everybody. That was not a good thing for me, but it came back. I'm getting it back still. Hey, go low dogs. Oh. But no, I think we're always changing and making those adaptations in life, not only for ourselves but for those around us as well, to make sure that we're the most effective and the most capable of being whatever they need us to be, if that makes any sense. No, 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 no worries. Yeah, I was wondering where Marcel is. Which he showed up as a He showed up as a suggested friend on Facebook the other day too. I almost sent him an ad, and I'm like, he doesn't know who the fuck I am. I'm not gonna do that. I already know who you're talking about, so you don't even have to. You don't even have to say it. He's the one. He's the one that like the podcast is 2 days late from what he thinks it should be uploaded, and he's like, "Where the fuck is it?" Yep. Where's the fucking podcast? Life has a funny way of doing that sometimes, and it's always at the worst time. I think I know. I'm gonna let you finish, but I think I already know where you're going with this because I have a very similar experience. Well, the fact that you acknowledge it is the first. I mean, I hate to say the old, admitting there's a problem is the first step to recovery or whatever, but it's that acknowledgement. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, I just didn't want to use the cliche of that, but that acknowledgement is that key. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's noticing and taking those clues that you may not really readily have right in front of you and saying, "Hey, wait a minute, I need to slow down, step back, and refocus my attention, my energy to this instead."
You just have to do it differently. And
Well, and
that's where it's like,
I think that's something that a lot of husbands struggle with is that, like you said, you focused all your attention on her. And I've done the same thing. I'm guilty of the exact same thing of I mean, another cliche or saying the happy wife, happy life thing. If I put myself aside and do everything I possibly can to just make sure that she has what she wants and she has what she needs, then it's going to be okay. But that's not always the case because, like you said, your own sanity suffers and you start to lose yourself in that process of trying to focus everything towards her. And it takes a toll on you that you don't even realize it until after it's already hit.
yeah, absolutely. And that's where I've noticed it with us. Um, and that's where I like going forward, I need to be better about it, not only for myself, but for her too. And that kind of comes into the construed of a conversation you and I had a couple weeks ago, actually. And it's something that I kind of wanted to bring up again because
Oh,
it's one of the things that
do I need to go back through my text messages to remember what we talked about?
no, 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 because I'll bring it up right now. I had to look for it because I was like, where's it at? But so I can reference this, right? Is literally you reached out and you said, oh shit, where'd you go? Okay. That we often fail, and we fail because we don't take the time to breathe. And one thing that I've told you before, because I know I see when you're going through it. You gotta fucking breathe, man. You gotta breathe.
I always forget to breathe. Even when like I went to the gym this morning and I'm doing my sets and it's different, but you have to breathe at the right times when you're doing your workouts. And I fuck it up every time. No matter what it is. Even something simple like that. I screw it up. And then even, in real life and everything going on, wife, kids, whatever. I do the same thing. I realize that I'm not breathing and then instead of taking that time to sit and breathe, I skip the breathing part and I go straight to the overthinking. And I'm like,
Yeah.
instead of okay, I need to breathe, I'm like, I fucked up. And that's
Yeah.
exactly where I
I
always go.
look, I do the same thing. I'm guilty of it. I would say roughly about 75% of us are. To be real honest with you, 75% of us are. We don't not allow ourselves to breathe. And this goes for everybody, not just men. This is everybody. 75 to 85% of everybody forgets that moment where they need to just breathe.
Hmm.
Whether it's stress from work, stress at home, stress all over the place. We forget to breathe until it blows the fuck up and becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why, with this particular episode, it is, you know, when do we step in to help each other? And when do we step in to tell each other, hey, shut the fuck up and breathe? You know?
I need to figure out
And
how to tell myself how to do it
I'm
because
still learning. To be real honest with you, at 39 years old, I'm still learning that. And what's really interesting is I've noticed when I do the podcast, that's my breathing moment. When I do this, this is my actual fucking breathing moment. It allows me to breathe. It allows me to vent. It allows me to find an outlet of frustration of why the fuck am I doing these things so stupidly? Why am I allowing myself to deteriorate mentally because I don't breathe? And so between streaming and this podcast, I find that inner moment of breathing. Fucking my pre-stream ritual on Twitch is literally going through my playlist of my intros. Which one should I do today? And I always land on the same two intros. And that's because right now those are the ones that are allowing me to breathe. And it allows me to just wash away the bullshit. There was a day a couple weeks ago that I wasn't feeling it. I was having a bad day, and it was reflected in my stream. And you know me, I'm very proud of being a raw content streamer. What you see is what you get.
Oh yeah, same here. Same here.
And I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like it. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go right out. I don't want to do the shit today.
Mm-hmm.
And then that became why do I continue to put myself in this position if nobody's going to show up?
Right.
Why am I going to continue to promote myself? Nobody's going to show up. Nobody's here. Maybe I'm doing it on the wrong day. Maybe I'm doing it at the wrong time. And then out of nowhere, I took some time away. I allowed myself to breathe. And then something happened and it just started picking up. And I don't know what it was, but something has. It's still not where I would like to be, but it is an improvement of where I was.
It's a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. And I can sit here and tell you, I've been through those moments where you've been frustrated with the viewership. You've been frustrated with the stalled followers. I'm constantly there, and I'm constantly battling myself.
I am too.
And we just have to realize that we gotta fucking breathe. Because here's the thing, we're not doing it for other people. We're doing it for ourselves. And that's what sometimes we forget. And I will sit here and say that there are times that I forget that I'm doing this for myself and nobody else. And the only thing that I'm doing for others, and I'm going to say it the way that I'm doing it, the only thing that I'm doing for others is this podcast. And I have to understand that this is the ticket. This is the golden goose. Whether it continues for growth or it stays the same, this is the golden goose for other people. Because everybody needs something. Whether I have that right something for you, whether I have right something for Aaron, whether I have the right something for Marcel, whether I have it for my wife, I may not know. But if somebody, just one fucking person, takes any advice from this podcast and is like, you know what, I need to breathe, or takes that advice from the first couple episodes and they're like, oh shit, I need this in my life, then I've done my job as the host and owner of this podcast.
Well, speaking of things that people need in their life, and to everybody out there that's watching this post-recording, this was unprompted. He has no idea what I'm about to do. Things you need in your life. Shadows Below the Water. Go find it now. Buy it. Read it.
All right. Okay. All right.
Sorry. Shameless.
You know what? That's a good plug. That's a good plug. That is a good plug.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm gonna have to show her this episode. I really am. This will
be the one she watches.
This will be the one that she watches. She's like, what the fuck did you what?
Just that clip, not the whole thing.
So
Yeah.
yes, that is my wife's book, Shadows Below the Water. It is out now. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Barnes and Noble. What's really interesting about what you have in your hand, that is
Besides the
now
fact, well,
that
no,
is
go
hold
ahead.
on. That is now considered the raw.
Okay.
That is now considered the raw form
So it
before
has,
before it's
oh, I have the Virgin.
you
Shall I
have you
name it
have
Mary?
the you have it. Everybody has gotten so far is a raw version of that book, and I find it fucking beautiful. Because when it comes down to things and life-changing events, that fucking book is it.
All right.
And I will
So, so,
I will stand behind that.
so has a different version been done
Yes. It's
past
just,
this one,
so
or
it's
so you're saying I have to go buy another copy?
you're going to have to buy another copy. It's not are
Okay,
you, it's you are going to.
I'm going to. Okay,
So
I can make that happen.
what you have is just the base raw self-publish. We'll
Okay.
say it this way. That is the base raw self-edit, self-publish.
Yeah, I did notice there is a lack of company stuff on here.
Yes.
I mean,
That is
all it says at the end. I noticed is, well, I'm not even going to hold up my crappy camera because you're not going to be able to read it, but it just says made in the USA, Coppell, Texas, 23rd March 2026. That's
Yep.
all it says, which I found interesting because despite you being over on the West Coast in the Cali land, this was actually made about 45 minutes away from me in the DFW area.
I mean that works though.
Yeah.
What's funny? How's the condition of the book? I'm gonna ask that. How's the condition of it?
It feels nice. It's a nice matte finish on the
Now, is that a soft cover or hardcover?
this is the soft cover.
Okay.
Did
So
I did the soft ones?
hardcovers are interesting because they're not coming in great.
Oh, really?
Really?
See, I usually get the soft ones because if I'm going somewhere and I throw it in my backpack, I don't want it
Okay,
to
I understand. Yeah, I feel that.
I want it to be able to fold in and fit in the bag better instead of just being like this box that I'm trying to take.
Yeah.
Mm.
Why did we get fuzzy?
I don't know. It's like I'm drunk.
Right? My camera did not
You,
adjust.
you leaned
properly.
away and then you came back.
I
And
leaned
then
away and I came. There we go.
there we go.
There we go. Fixed.
Yes. Just restart Windows.
So
It'll be fine.
right, but it is something that, if, like I said, if it touches somebody, if somebody resonates, it's same thing with that book. If it resonates with somebody and they actually enjoy it, fuck man, we've done our job.
I
We've
mean,
done our job for what we do.
there weren't any pop-ups, but I made it through it.
So
No, it was good. I liked it.
so
And I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't read it yet.
we're not going to spoil it. We're not
Okay.
going to spoil it, but I will
Okay.
tell you. I will
Yes.
tell you. The best part about how she ended this book is it literally leaves the reader guessing. Is there something else that's going to happen? Or
Yeah.
is that it?
Yeah, it's like is there a sequel? Is there a second book in the works?
No, not at the moment.
Not at the
Again,
moment. Okay. Yeah, don't
again,
just make it a flat no because then the reader's going to be like, "Well, what the fuck? I'm vested
at
now."
the moment, she is working on her second book, book number 2. It
Okay.
is not. It is not part of this.
Okay, so
It
it's
is
a second separate universe.
Yes.
Okay.
Completely different. Completely different. Goes a completely different direction. Okay. And this particular book that she's working on now is actually a version is a really interesting version of the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, okay.
We have
I'm down for that.
you and I have a mutual friend that has bugged me. When is she gonna finish this book? When can I read it?
I'm trying to think
When's
who.
she gonna working on it? What's funny, I can tell you who it is, because guess what?
Hold on,
She's
hold on.
been on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I'm.
So,
Well, yeah. Okay. I just saw her actually in Aaron's stream a couple hours ago, or it
yep.
might have been
So,
Clements. I don't remember, but
one of
yes,
them.
yeah, it was one of
But
those.
yes, she's actually helping a little bit.
Oh, nice.
And if you read the back of that book in the acknowledgments,
It's.
she's actually
I was to say I just saw her name.
yep,
Right. Well, uh, right there, and you can see
yep,
what. Oh, right there.
right there. And so that's what's really cool. And I supported, this was a 2-year support, and I continue supporting her just like she continues to support me with this and the stream. And
That's good that you have that mutual support in the things that interest yourself, like interest each other, but separate from each other.
yes.
Because I think
So,
every couple has to have their own separate interests, and you can enjoy doing it together, but you also need your time separated a little bit to do those particular things sometimes.
well, what's funny is everybody's asked, and I'll set the record straight here. Everybody's asked, have I read it? No.
Okay, I
Li-
get why though, because you can't look at it from an unbiased perspective.
Absolutely.
No matter what, you are going to love it.
Absolutely.
So, well, I have zero connection to your wife. Never met her or talked to her, anything else. I was trying to think of somewhere else to go with that, but then I couldn't think of anything that wouldn't be wildly inappropriate. But no, it was a good book. I liked it. I liked it. And I don't read a lot of books. When I do read them, the other book I have on my nightstand right now is a Tolkien Lord of the
Okay.
Rings, Hobbit world kind of thing, because I grew up on that shit.
I mean,
So my
I
parents were
mean,
nerds.
Hobbit before Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Well, and then there's the Silmarillion,
Freak and the
and
Mighty.
yeah. So, but anyway, I digress. But no, I don't read a lot, but there are certain reasons that I will put a book in front of my face. And one of those reasons is to show support of a friend, and in this case, that friend's wife, and just say, "Hey, I'll check it out." And that's what I did. And completely unbiased, I liked it.
Sh- Share that with her on Amazon or wherever you bought it.
It was on here. Actually, my wife bought it on Amazon because I got kicked off of our Prime account.
Um, but yeah, like it's all about the support. And for me, it's like there's been days lately. There's a day I was not having the best one. And I sent her a text going, I'm not having a good day. I'm struggling. I'm just fucking struggling. And after 9 years, she goes, okay, what do you need? Because I've never sat there and said, I'm struggling. I'm
Well, and
having a hard time.
it's almost a stigma for guys to admit that, not only to themselves but to anybody else. And I'm sure it took a lot for you to tell her, "Hey,
Oh,
this is what's
absolutely.
up." Because I know
And
I'm the same way. My wife and I have been together coming up on 15 years now, and I honestly don't know if I've ever just said, "Hey, I'm." I mean, yeah, I've told her I'm having a bad day, rough day. I'm pissed off about this or that or whatever. but not to that point where it's, I'm struggling, I have a problem, whatever. Um, and I don't know if that's because I'm Gen X and we were taught at a young age just to, bottle it all up, keep it inside, don't bug anybody, nobody cares, whatever. Um,
I mean, in
it might be, I
theory,
don't know.
in theory, I come from relatively the same era, and everybody's like, we everybody will have the discussion. Oh, you're a millennial, or you're this, you're that. Fuck no, I'm not. I'm a latchkey kid.
You're
My
the what is it? The Zennial, where
the
it's that
Zennial.
that mix of
It's
Gen
in
X
be.
and
We don't have
millennials,
a fucking generation. We are the lost generation.
the
In
forgotten
theory,
kids.
we are. We are the last ones to come home when the fucking streetlights come on.
Mhm. Well, I see, and
It
I'm on the
was,
very, very tail end of Gen X.
oh
Like
yeah.
date wise, I technically count as Gen X, but I
Well,
still
so is
have a
my
lot of those
sister.
advantages, so to say, that the Zennials had with, coming up with technology
It's
and things like that.
That's same thing with my sister. I mean, if I was to guess, you are more than likely the same age as my sister. So
Well, I was born in January of '80, so
yeah, you're the same age as my fucking sister, man. My sister was born in September.
okay,
So, my parents have my oddly enough, my parents and my in-laws have been married 46 years the same fucking date.
nice.
The same date.
The exact same date, not the same year,
Exact
same
same.
date.
No. Same year, same date.
Wow, that's insane.
What's even more insane is the only differences between my mom's dress and my mother-in-law's dress is my mother-in-law had her sister kind of tailor it.
But it was the same, like off the shelf
Yes.
dress that,
Yep.
or off the rack, not the shelf.
Yep. Off the
Wow.
rack.
Well, I mean,
So
let's think
it's
about this though. I mean, 46 years ago, how many options were there?
I mean, there's quite a bit. I mean, but if you look at it, you are only 7 years older than me.
Yeah.
So that's where I can sit here and say I'm one of the last latchkey kids that we have had. And it is one of those things that we just continue to have that growth pattern. And that's, I think, where you and I both struggle with Twitch, YouTube, Kick, all that shit. I think that's where
Everything.
you and I both struggle, is because we're so stuck in that generational gap that, yes, we still grew up with seeing this fucking explode, but we also didn't we weren't involved enough to be like, "Oh yeah, this is what you do. This is what you do. This is what you do." And I think
Right,
that's
right,
where you and I both struggle the most.
right. Like when the internet was first coming around. Um,
Such a horrible
my
fucking sound.
yeah, but when it came around, the initial reaction from my parents was, "No, we don't need that. We don't need to get
Yeah.
internet. We don't need to be online." Um, what was it? Netscape Navigator and all that. Of course, we had friends that were on
Fuck, I have
CompuServe
not heard
and
of that in a long fucking time. Holy shit.
yeah, but Netscape used to send out, you know,
It was
mailers just like
Netscape and
AOL did.
AOL.
Yeah,
Yeah, Netscape and AOL, the two competitors. But I mean, look where Netscape went.
yeah,
Fucking nowhere.
yeah,
And AOL just shut down most of their shit not too long ago.
yeah. But I
Like,
mean, they've been really out of it for a while.
oh yeah, absolutely. They weren't the thing is they got us online.
Oh yeah,
And that's
that was the
and that's
first thing. I mean, you got that CD in, and you got 60 minutes for this month on that
yeah.
CD that it was your
Oh yeah.
license to use. I mean, we didn't understand that that's what it was. It was a license to use it for this amount of time,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
that's what it was. But I think my parents were very against bringing that into our house because they didn't know what it was. They didn't understand it. And so it made it harder for us to learn it and understand it because we didn't get the exposure to it to figure it out. And
Yeah.
as time went on, I remember like 1996, 97. I think it was 96. We got our first computer in the house, and it aggravated the living hell out of my parents.
I Yeah, I can understand that. Um, mm,
God,
Same
that
thing with
was
mine.
30 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Wow.
How do you feel about that now?
I think I need to go take some Advil.
I mean, that's what happens when that's what of 97.
98. Thank you very much. But
But,
yeah, no, it was that thing that
that's
we both grew up in, that kind of little gap where we got exposure to that technology, but we had the resistance from our parents to not use it, to not get on board with
well,
it.
not just that, like, for me, it was you don't need video games, you don't need the internet, you just go out and
Hmm.
play.
Right.
You have friends in the neighborhood, just go out, you have your bike, you have your skateboard, you know, go out and play.
I almost didn't even get that either because I had a very non traditional upbringing. Shortly after I was born, my parents decided that they were just going to get away from the hustle and bustle of living in the city. They lived in the Dallas Fort Worth area and were tired of city life at that point. So my dad took an early retirement. He sold their house, sold their cars, and they bought a sailboat. And yeah, the look on your face is like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah, so they bought a
All
sailboat,
right.
and we legit they put down they put into port at Houston, and legit we sailed back and forth throughout the Gulf, down into Central America, into Mexico. I've been through the Panama Canal, up to the coast of California, and then my little sister was actually born in Long Beach, um,
Okay.
in 1983, and um, I think they decided at that point what.
I'm pretty sure my sister was born in fucking 83. I have 2 sisters. I'm pretty sure my middle sister was born in fucking 83.
Yeah, she was born in November of '83 in Long Beach,
Okay.
and went back on the boat after that. And then after a short, about a year, that was about a year after that, they decided that two kids that age on a 27-foot sailboat was maybe not the best idea. And
I mean, I don't think it's my first choice.
well, they're a little out there. Well, going back to Lord of the Rings, my middle name is a character from Lord of the Rings. So yeah, no, it's not Bilbo. But or Gollum. We're not going to get
You're
into
just
that now, though.
you're just eliminating names for me at this point.
Yeah, I'll text it to you off air. But
Oh, that's fucking
yeah, but no,
gold.
they decided that that wasn't the best idea to continue on with that, and sold the boat to one of my dad's friends. And then my godparents at the time had a house in the Caribbean, and we moved to their house in the Caribbean while they were in California, and spent about a year and a half down there. I had my fifth birthday on a huge yacht down. I mean, I say yacht. It was like a 60, 70-foot sailboat. That thing was huge.
That's that's pretty big.
Yeah. But it wasn't a traditional yacht in the fact that it wasn't, a powered vessel. It was a sailboat.
Yeah.
And they they lived down there. My dad ran dive tours out of a resort down there. Uh, he
Okay.
had a company provided Boston whaler that at 5 years old, I was driving around the bay and freaking my mom out whenever a cruise ship would come in, and I'd be out there on this 18-foot boat and scared the shit out of her. But yeah, no, I mean, in that regard, I didn't have, like I said, the traditional childhood, and as such, socialization was not my strong suit. When we came back to regular, normal life, dogs, hush, hey, well, now they're gonna knock my banner down. But yeah, no. So coming back and hearing kids talk to each other the way they did, the phrases, the slang, all that stuff, I had never heard it before. It was a very steep learning curve to try to integrate myself back into society when I really didn't have any friends at all until probably second grade, first or second grade, if that makes any sense. Because I
Oh no,
didn't.
it does.
I didn't
I
have
get
the
it.
neighborhood to go play in. I never hung out with my cousins. I never met my cousins until I was 7. And, it was very odd, I guess, looking back at it now.
Now I can I can see. I can see it. I can definitely see certain things that you do on stream or certain mannerisms that you have, especially when you are starting to get frustrated. I can definitely see where that struggle is. And that's the one thing that I think in time, that's when I start seeing that a little bit more when I'm in your stream. It's like, "Hey, fucking breathe, man."
Right? It's like, come on,
And that's
fucker, do it.
And that's what we have to do, especially as streamers in the same communities, right? We have to rely on each other to be like, hey, take pause yourself. Tell your stream, hey, be right back. I need to go collect myself and then get right back to it. Because at the end of the day, like I've said, at the end of the day, stream is not for the people. Stream is for you. It's something that you are doing as a gateway to help yourself.
Well, I started streaming not as an outlet so much, but God, the dog is possessed. I didn't start streaming as an outlet so much for myself as I saw, and it's again going back to comparing myself to others. I saw other people being extremely successful with it. And I said, shit, I can do that. I can play video games. I can just shoot the shit and hang out and do whatever. And I looked at it as a potential income stream to offset the fact that I'm a stay-at-home dad now. And part of the reason I wanted to do that was because, my wife says her money is our money, or the money that she makes is our money. But I refuse to spend a dime on myself unless I absolutely have to, because I
God,
don't
I fucking know that phrase so well.
I feel like I haven't earned it. So even though I gave up my dream career to stay home with the kids after our twins were diagnosed with autism, and I've kept everybody alive and kept the house from burning down and all that, despite all of the fucking animals that she keeps bringing to the house, I don't feel like I've earned it because I'm not going out and working a shift at a job somewhere and traditionally earning a paycheck. And so any money that I spend on myself, I want to add, even if it's just putting gas in the truck, I send her a message like, hey, can I fill up the truck today? There could be,
So
I mean, it could be on payday. The bank account could look very, very sweet. And I'm like, can I spend $50 on gas?
I'm almost identical. I don't I don't do that. I don't say, hey, I do not spend a fucking dime on myself. She has to force me to do it.
Yeah. I've gotten better
Or
in,
or she buys this fucking thing.
yeah.
And it
Wait,
was just
which
hey,
one is that? Which one is
this
that? I
is
can't see.
the Mano.
Okay. I'll have to look that up. I don't know what that is.
It's dude, I love it.
It's got a pretty
All it
pink light
was,
on the butt though.
I mean, I can go any
Figured
color I want.
it changed. No,
I
the
do
one
I
I have,
I can go all right, there we go.
yeah.
But
The one I have, it was like a $30 Amazon special that,
I mean, I get it. But again, it's I feel that as the entire thing, right? I feel that as you would rather spoil her and the kids before you spoil yourself. And
right.
that is something that we both have in common. And along with a couple other things, especially when it comes to streaming stuff. I get it. And sometimes we both have to put that pride down and be like, you know what? Hey, I'm looking at doing this. Yes, we're going to be like, hey, are we good with this?
Mhm.
And we already know that the answer is going to be yes.
Well, and
But
it's
I mean, it's
sometimes,
having the reassurance.
sometimes knowing that the answer is going to be yes is why I don't ask.
Yeah. Oh, I
because
feel it.
it's one of those things that it's like, okay, I when I was first starting to get my stream setup going, and I initially was just streaming straight from my oh, they're about to knock everything down back there. What the hell? When I first started off, I was just streaming straight from my Xbox because I didn't
Yeah.
have any other way to do it. It was just,
I mean, that's how I was.
there's
That's how I
you
was.
know, the native Twitch client in the Xbox that you can just stream straight from that,
Yep.
and that's it. And it did not work very well. It wasn't very good for interacting with viewers, and it sucked. There's no other way to put it. My
Yeah,
streams
because
straight
you
up
were doing
sucked.
everything based off of mobile.
Yeah, exactly. And it was hard to do that. And then when I finally, um, this is probably one of the most Texan things that people in California will hear. I partially traded, or I traded a gun for cash and a computer.
I mean, look, it is not the most Texan thing that I've ever heard of
I've probably
because
done more Texan things, but
I'm not gonna lie, it happens a lot.
okay. Does it change if it was a gun that I built?
No,
Okay, but
only reason why I say that is because I've actually traded cash for a gun that I built to my cousin.
okay, yeah. But yeah,
So
no, and that's how the computer that I use now. It's not a nice, fancy, good computer, but it
it is
works.
what it is. If
It
as long
does.
as
It
it
does
works,
the job.
that's
Yeah,
all that matters.
it does the job. And I the money that I got in addition to the computer for that gun, I spent on upgrades for the stream. That's where I got the microphone, the webcam. What else did
I
I
mean,
get? One of my
that's what I do.
monitors came from that.
I mean, I the money that I get from Twitch goes right back into the stream.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I don't make a lot, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I realized very, very quickly that streaming on Twitch is not something that I am going to be able to use to add to the retirement fund.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, I get it. And the thing is, you got to have fun. You got to have fun with what you have, and that's the best part.
right,
Like for me, Super Battle Golf with my friends is fucking hilarious.
that game is amazing.
It's a rage
And
it's a rage bait game. It is a rage bait game.
it is, but did you see what I played the other day?
No, I didn't.
It's an indie game that one dude made called Sledding Game.
Oh, yes. Okay. Got it. Yes. Apparently I need to get that.
Yes, we need to get a lobby of just all of us in that game because the game is so simple and so stupid
We're
and
definitely gonna have
so
to do that then.
so
Oh yeah,
enjoyable.
absolutely.
That
We're gonna have to fucking
it's
do that.
and our mutual friend that gives you a hard time, he texted me. He texted me after I streamed that game the other day, which I had only planned on streaming it for like an hour.
You actually streamed it for quite a bit.
It was like 4.5 hours later.
Yeah.
I'm like, crap, I have to go do stuff. I have to be responsible today.
Yeah.
Be an adult, be a parent. I think I had to go pick my kids up at school. I can't remember what it was, but I had to get off. And he texted me after I ended that stream, and he said that it was the first time in a very, very long time that he had seen me smiling on stream in a
It
genuine
was
way
genuine.
that it looked like I actually enjoyed playing the game.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with that comment at all. I do not fucking disagree one bit.
And
And
I think part of it was I didn't even realize it. I was just
you were having
enjoying.
fun with the game.
Yeah, and I can't remember the last time I had done that.
See, and that's what we got to look at. That's what we've got to look at. We got to find the games that actually make us happy
Mhm.
and find the things that we make that makes us happy. And that's why I'm going to end it on this note of at the end of the day, we have to do what's going to be best for us and make us happy. If it's a stupid little fucking indie video game, if it's a stupid little fucking super battle golf game that, we can just get a fuck ton of people into.
And both of those games are amazing. And I think at Battle Golf you can have like 80 players together.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's huge.
it's ridiculous.
So at the end of the day, I think what helps us in the community is being able to tell each other, hey, I see you, and I see that you're struggling today, but take 5 minutes to go breathe. And
we gotta remember to breathe.
and that's everything as a whole. I definitely want to have you back on, and I definitely want to have you back on when we have Marcel back. So we're gonna plan for a part 2. That is for sure. We're gonna plan for a part 2.
Want to meet Marcel.
You need to meet
officially
him before you
before I
go to
send him.
Vegas.
I was gonna say before I send him a friend request on Facebook.
Before you go to Vegas.
That too.
On that note, guys, thank you for sticking with me. I know I've been lacking, and I know I got to get better, and I'll get better for you. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna push through this. We're gonna be together. And I'm going to continue this podcast journey with you guys in mind. And for a particular somebody, I just want you to know that without you pushing me, I think I would have lost. I think I would have lost this podcast if it wasn't for you pushing me. So for that, I do appreciate you. And I really do hope that we get you on the podcast one day. We just got to do it a little differently because, not everybody knows what you look like. So on that note, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Quiet Minds podcast. My name is Travis with our guest host, DBD, aka Damien, or Dad Bod Damien. Anything else you want to say, Damien?
No, I'm just going to add to what you said about him pushing you. He did the same thing. You did the same thing to me to help keep me going when I was like, fuck this, I'm done. And
that's all we can do.
To both of you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Well, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep pushing until we get there. Everybody, have a great rest of your day. Have a great evening, great afternoon, great morning, wherever you are. You guys, we'll see you again next time.